very special event we're having in the Knights Hall. This event is more of a getting back in fighting condition, a training conditioning fight. For those who haven't seen it before, this is full melee. So they're starting off with the men's all-v-all. After that, the two winners of the all-v-all are going to then become captains and pick their men's teams to fight a 7-round match. And we'll talk about that in a little more detail. Again, my name's Chuck Goodwin. People also know me as the Woodchuck Knight. I fight with the Knights Hall on the Nightmares for a local team and fight for the Executioners as our regional team. This is kind of a unique fight in that we asked a lot of the Executioners, which is kind of the travel team fighters, the regional fighters, to not participate in this, to help out and let newer fighters or people who are still kind of gaining some skills, getting more comfortable. There's a couple people. This is their second fight, I think. So we're doing a kind of a unique event where, like I said, we're going to be having an all-v-all melee. So basically, everyone fighting everyone, and the melee rules are essentially you fight until you're knocked to the ground. So whether that's through striking, through throws, through punches, you trip and fall, you are eliminated at that point. And then there are going to be two winners at the end of it. So the person who comes in first and second, they're the captains. They're going to pick teams, and we're going to have a chapter match. So first up is the men. We've got different fighters coming in, different levels of experience. You're going to see different kits as well. From different time frames, different uniforms, different outfits, and everyone has their own weapons of choice too. So you're going to see a lot of sword and falchion and shield out here today. Maybe some two-handed axes, maybe one-handed axe and shield. Just a mix of different people. In different time frames, usually 14th to 15th centuries, most of our armor, due to kind of availability, simplicity of build, and comfort, sportification of what really works real well. So last person standing is going to be the winner. After that, the women's match is going to come. So going to do the same thing with women, all-v-all for women. There's a smaller number of women fighters here today, but this is a sport where anyone can fight. Most of our matches are actually mixed gender matches, so anyone who identifies as male or women doesn't really matter. They're going to fight together on teams. With this, we're separating out a little bit, mostly due to the numbers and to kind of help build a little more conditioning. A little more practice, and this fight is really, like I said, we're getting back into it after COVID. We're getting back to being comfortable, and everyone's just getting back in the field, having fun together, and they're here to fight. You're going to see in the middle of the list there, that's our head ref, Brandon. Brandon is the captain of the Executioners of the New England regional team for Armored Combat Sports. And then Dustin is the other ref on the rail there, holding the yellow flag. He's also one of our Executioners. All right. They're getting their weapons. They're getting themselves spread out. This is going to be great. I'm really excited to see an all-v-all match. There's nothing more fun than people just blasting each other and not having any team and not knowing who they're fighting. So it's going to be really exciting. Yeah, you see they're going to feel each other out for a minute here because no one wants to be the first person to get tied up and kind of get blasted. Let's see who strikes first. Oh, Chuck Vallis has gone to the middle of the field. He's just calling everybody. All right, you've got Chabot, Brian Chabot, and the all-shiny kit slammed around there. Yeah, just a bunch of chopping. 2v1 in the corner here. The other two have paired up in a 2v2. I can't tell exactly who's who there. Oh, no, he's still up. That was close. That was close. Brian's taking a breather. Look at him on the rail just resting. No, he doesn't have to be involved. Chuck Vallis gets the first takedown. Now he's just going to throw that axe. Look at Brian Chabot over there just resting. That's a smart play in an all-v-all. No, he doesn't have to go. So we have Xander on Vallis. Oh, what a huge check. He's still up. He's down. All right. Xander now pushes Liam over it. So Xander, Joe, and Brian Chabot. Yeah, you got Brian Chabot in the full shiny kit, the pointy nose there. You've got Xander, the tall and all-black brig, and you've got Joe Fonten on the wolf rib, pinned between the two of them right there. They're just crushing him to the ground. He's holding strong. You might notice, oh, what a toss. Xander versus Brian. Xander takes it. Xander takes it. Xander's one of our newer fighters here at the Hall. Great job there. He had an awesome cross check. Great finish there against Brian. And now they're going to do pick teams. And Xander and Brian, I mean, the last two standing are the captains. You might notice that Brian, again, who's in that full plate, the really shiny kit there, he's holding just an axe handle. One of the challenges we have here at the Knights Hall is something called Earn Your Axe. And Earn Your Axe means if you fight with just an axe handle in a match and you have a positive outcome, you earn your axe the right to kind of qualify and fight with a two-handed axe going forward. And you're going to see over there that Chuck Vallis just got picked. He's got a two-hander. He earned his axe in the last event. They're just picking teams at this point. All right, there's our teams, 4 on 3.
So go figure out your strategy and be back here in 10 minutes. Be ready at 10.
All right.
Be ready at 10.
All right, we're going to go to an instant replay here. All right, you're seeing there, really in that corner, that push from Xander, that control. He's really got good push. He's pushing him back over his opponent, using that other person in the field. Great move. And, really just great field awareness. And then coming across to Chuck Vallis, that huge check. Vallis wasn't looking, didn't see it. And amazingly, Chuck Vallis stayed up, but after that, he was pushed down. You can see it one more time here. If you're looking at Xander in that left corner, he uses a terrain, which is another opponent, pushes, I believe that's Gavin, over him, kind of taking the takedown. And look, Vallis sees him, turns away, and you can see the field awareness from Xander there. He just blasts Chuck with an awesome check. Chuck just keeps his balance, but right after that replay, he went down. Just an awesome kind of field awareness. Not surprised that Xander took that round after the way he fought and came in first. He has done an awesome job training, really been committed, really working hard the last, honestly, year. He's one of the newer fighters here, but he's doing an awesome job. Now we're going to have a little bit of a break. The men are done their all-v-all. Now we're coming up with the women fighters. So I believe we have 4 women fighters here today. We have Megan, Julie, Caitlin, and then Marie. All 4 of these are on the women's regional team, the Banshees. Today they're going to be fighting an all-v-all. Again, last 2 standing will be the first and second person. Last one standing will win, but the last 2 people will be first and second. They're going to pick teams. Again, it's going to be 2v2s. And at that point, that's going to make their 2 teams for this event. The Witches and the Queens are the 2 teams that will be fighting each other. You see Megan's coming in now. She's fighting Falchion and Shield. We've got Caitlin with also Falchion and Shield. Julie's coming in with Buckler and Hand Axe. And you're going to notice Marie has that taped axe handle again. Same thing. She's here to earn her axe today. So fighting basically with a handle and no head. She has to have a positive outcome. And if she does that after the fight, she earns the right to fight with an axe at the hall. It's kind of a badge of honor. It's not a requirement. You can do it if you do it or not do it. You can always fight with a two-hander. But a lot of us like to kind of have that challenge and say we went out there and earned the right to do it. It's a lot of fun. I earned mine recently. It was a challenge, but we did it. So, again, all, 1 in each corner. It's kind of cool with 4 people out here. They just all take a corner. We're going to see what happens. I expect to see a little bit of hesitation at the beginning, feeling out, probably not running right into everyone right away. All right, yeah, they're just going to all kind of feel each other out for a moment here, decide what to do, see who they go for. I wonder if someone's going to get 2-on-1, because that's what I would do. I would try to team up with someone. Caitlin cuts through the middle, repositions. You got Marie coming in. I would not want to be Caitlin between Marie and Julie. That's a good move out, yep. So Megan and Caitlin have come on now.
You got time for that strike. Set it up. Keep off.
Oh, this is going to be, yeah, look at those shots coming in. Just shots on Caitlin over and over again. Now, because in all, Marie just switched over to Megan. Good kicks by Megan there. Great kicks. Great job trying to get the arm above. You got Julie and Caitlin cornered off. Now, Caitlin's just taking those falchion shots to the lower thigh. Those can sting, man. Good escape. Good escape from Megan. She's kind of pinned in that corner, but she's holding herself alive. And they've at this point just kind of paired off. What I would be doing if I was one of them is I would switch off and try to find a 2v1 because that's where you're going to get that extra damage in. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, transition. Oh, yeah, it's a good double. We're going to see what happens here. Someone should be throwing shots. Someone should be throwing shots at somebody. Someone should be throwing shots at somebody now. They're all tied up, all four of them. That's a tough spot for Megan right now. That's a tough spot for Megan right now. She's in a bad, rough spot, pushed down. Just going to get blasted. And she gets out of it. Nice job. Nice escape. Nice escape. This could be a long round with all four of them holding their feet real well.
Work the leg, Megan!
Yeah, Megan kicks that leg out right now. She's going to have that opportunity. Yeah, just tied in that corner, all four of them. Oh, first one's down, so Julie's down.
First blood.
Julie's down. We got Caitlin in that corner. She's in a bad spot right now. Yep, she got in that bad spot.
Push him over.
We're going to hold and see what happens there. Megan's just going to watch and go. Now, here it is.
Take your time.
One-on-one.
Megan, you got those bodies. It's advantage.
We've got Marie versus Megan. Marie with the axe handle, a little more power in her swing.
Who wants that first pick?
And then you've got Megan with that falchion and shield.
Come on, Megan! Who wants that first pick?
Both real warriors out here. So Megan is the captain of the Banshee. She's got that gold helmet, gold hand on her helmet, black helmet. Oh, right over the top. Yeah, Marie used that bodies to her advantage. Yeah, you could see the setup there. It was real nice. That was a really good round from all four of them. So you're going to have Marie take the win. You're going to have Megan take second place, and they're going to pick their teams based off that.
All right. Copies on Megan and Marie. Marie won the fight. Marie gets first pick.
Oh, so Marie gets first pick. All right, Marie's taking Caitlin. And that means Megan's going to get Julie.
All right, witches and queens.
So you get your witches and your queens for today's match. They're going to take 10 minutes, take a breather, reset. All right, here. We're going to go to a replay. Yeah, so what you've got here is you can see that Marie's positioning Megan, and Megan isn't aware that they're behind her. She's got a good stance, ready to go. Comes in with that nice attempt at a shield punch, but just using those bodies and using that positioning on the field. You know, a lot of these fighters, including Marie, Megan, all of them out there, we're getting back into it after COVID. We've done a few duels, night fights, events, one-on-ones, but getting used to that terrain, using those opponents around you, can be tough. And you can see that Marie just slips that punch. I think if that punch had landed, you would have had a little more of a rock back and a chance for Megan to step out. But you know what happens? Great fighting by all four of them. I really liked watching that round. There was a lot of transitioning of fighters, switching between opponents, people getting escapes out of throws. It was really dynamic until they got, eventually someone went down. And that changes the whole kind of layout of the fight. All right, so what we're going to be doing now is a chapter match. For those who haven't seen this kind of format before, a chapter match is basically a point-based system. Normally we do this in quarters. So there's 4 quarters, a timed amount of melees, a timed amount of a certain amount of duels. Because, again, we're doing this as a little different event, we're doing a chapter match to 7 points. So basically that means that the first team to win 7 rounds is going to be the winning team, and we're going to alternate between men and women fighters, women teams for this. So we're going to have the men fight and the women fight, and if men fight, their own 7 points, women will fight their own 7 points. But we're starting off the men's fight with a duel. So the captains of each team agreed to start with a duel for this. So this is going to be a duel worth 1 point. My understanding is it is a full 3-round duel. So the winner of the duel is going to gain 1 point for their team. And then essentially it's going to be a melee chapter match to 6 because one team's going to get the point out of this. And we've got in here Joe Fontenot is already in the list. He's ready to go. Joe is a fantastic duelist. He's been training for a long time. He's done SAA in the past. He's done foam LARP sparring. He's just really good with a sword and shield. I fought him multiple times, and frankly, he is a tough nut to crack if you're going to give that man a sword and a shield and let him go after you with points. On the other end is Liam. Liam is one of our newer fighters. He's been fighting. He was in Rookie Rumble, so he's still considered a rookie. He's in that corner, and Gavin's coming in, and we don't know why. Yeah, Gavin's confused. He came in thinking we're doing a melee, and now he's going to come on out. All right, so again, we've got Joe Fontenot versus Liam. Joe's on the far corner. Liam's in that brown brig with the orange shield. They're coming up for their duels. This is going to be 1 point of the chapter match for their teams, for their respective teams. So they've been nominated kind of as the team champion for the sword and shield duel. If you're looking at it here, Joe's the more experienced and tenured fighter. Liam is a newer fighter, younger fighter. So it's going to be a nice balance here, a nice challenge. We're going to see who comes out on top. Cornering for Liam is Chuck Vallis. You can see Vallis there without his helmet on. Vallis has got that falchion hanging in that sheath on the side there. That's a mean-looking sword as his backup weapon. All right, they're just leaning back, getting ready. You know, a good technique in this kind of fight is in between rounds, always have your arms up, lean against the rail, breathe slow. Don't let that weight of those arms and those weapons kind of drag you down. It's a best 2 out of 3 duels we've talked about. So these are going to be 60-second duels, best 2 out of 3. So you could win the first 2 and be done, or you might have to go to 3, and it gains you 1 point for your team. We got our head ref Brandon calling the fight. They're going to come in, a little bow to each other, some respect. These are both local fighters, both friends. And this is a points amount, so I should describe a duel is going to be strikes with the sword are the only thing that count for points. So there's going to be counters counting the number of strikes. Anything that lands with a significant force on the blade edge to the body is going to count. So you can throw to the head, the shoulders, legs. The only illegals places are like groin and back of the knee. Neck is illegal too. So obviously landing on the shield doesn't do anything. That spin move, you can see the sparks coming off on that one. Oh, that shield punch was nasty. So you can throw a shield punch in ACS duels rules. They won't get you a point, but they do get you some control and the ability then to set your opponent up for the next strike. And you see a difference in style here if you're looking at it. Now, Liam's coming in strong at the end there. All right, that's the first round. Counters are going to come in, give their scores, and they're going to declare who wins that round. Yeah. I'm going to go to the replay here. You're going to see Joe coming in with the setup, coming down with that swing, just setting it up. And that spin move, man, just comes in there. It doesn't really land it, but he gets that second shot. It's fantastic. Yeah, Joe is known for his spin moves. He manages to land them more than almost anyone I've seen in Sword and Shield. He's fast, he's sneaky, got a lot of experience, can really read the opponent real well. All right, coming in for their second round now. So again, this only goes to 3 if Liam wins that round. So Joe's going low shots, low shots. Now strikes of the hand do not count, but it's hard for counters to tell that sometimes. They hear that tink and you may get that point. Yeah, they're fighting very similar right now. It's kind of hard to tell who's ahead. Like if I had to judge right now, I said Liam's ahead probably by a couple strikes is my kind of read on it. We'll see what the counters say. Because he's got a lot of blocks on that first shot from Joe. Yeah, it's a much slower round. You can tell that after that first round, a lot of energy expended. That was a good shot, good low shot there. And Joe managed to get the shield up to block Liam's counter. Yeah, that was a tough round. I'm really not sure who took it. I'm very curious to see. I had Liam ahead by like a little bit, maybe a strike or two. But it's going to depend on you see what the counters say here as they come in. They give their scores to the head ref. We're going to determine who has that win. All right, so Brandon's calling in the center head ref. So this usually means that someone took 2 rounds. It's not going to a third. Yeah, Joe takes it in 2 rounds. So, again, I thought it was really close. Joe, I think, clearly took that first round. That second round was a lot closer, in my opinion. I think Liam did a great job coming back. Joe's just really hard to handle. Joe's a really great duelist. He gets those weird low shot angles on you. He's great at deflecting. Not really surprised he took it, but now we're going to go off to melees. Fighter's going to be coming in now, getting all geared up, ready to go. You see Brian Chabot right now, the only fighter in that gorgeous, shiny, full plate kit, that conical nose. I believe that's a brand new helmet, or he recently got it, that he's been really waiting for a while, so I'm sure he's enjoying it. You'll see most of the fighters here tend to fight with what's either a nasal, that kind of Squidward-looking helm, or what's called a wolf's rib, which is the helmet where you're going to see a lot of the bars, the kind of more of exposed helmet, exposed face for breathability. Really what that does is it kind of helps you fight a little better, see a little better, breathe a little better, but you're also going to see some more historical helms in there that are really about the look. So Brian Chabot in that top right corner, that's more of a truly historical helm that is all about authenticity, about the beauty, about the look, the aesthetics. And you'll see right now he's talking to Joe Fontenot, who won the last one. He's cutting across the list. If he turns around, you're going to see him. He's wearing that wolf's rib, that kind of sport-optimized helmet. If you look there on Joe's, you're going to see those kind of bars, almost more of like a football helmet look. There's, people have different preferences. Are they here for the most kind of sportified helmet, the most breathability, the most visibility? Are they here for that look of being that, authentic knight? And really, there's no right or wrong. However you enjoy the sport, you enjoy it. All right, so you can see some strategy happening right now. So we've got, interestingly enough, it looks like they're going to let him run a 4-on-3. Let him run a 4-on-3, I think, because of the way that the teams happened. So this is going to be a 2-7 chapter match. So Joe Fontenot's team, so the team on the far rail already has 1 point. So they're up 1-0 because they won those duels. All right, their lineup getting ready. So on the close side, we have Chuck Vallis on the far right in the corner, getting his gear fixed by Colton in that hat there. And over next is Dev. Dev is a brand new fighter. This is his second event. He's been fighting for 4 weeks, essentially, so really new. He's getting in there and getting a chance. Next to that is Xander. Xander's the captain, the winner of that round, of that all-v-all round. He's doing great work. He's going to be a stellar fighter if he keeps training at the rate that he's doing. And then in that corner, left corner, you've got Liam, who was in there doing Joe Fontenot. On the far rail, on the far left, you're going to see Joe Fontenot, who won that duel for his team. Next up is Gavin. Gavin's a pretty tenured fighter. He's been around the hall for a long time, been training for a while, but he took a little bit of time off. He's been getting back into it. So he's a hard takedown. He's got good feet on him. He can swing with an axe pretty decent. And then you've got Brian Chabot on the far right, who's the captain of that team. Oh, good. So they stepped out Liam and decided to make it a 3-on-3, you can see, which I think makes more sense, going to make it a little more fun event. So the team that won the all-v-all, Xander's team, is going to have the advantage by having one extra fighter, one person they can rest between rounds. Let's see, we got, he's got a nice little 3-on-3 here. 3-on-3 chapter match, here we go. So, as a reminder, the way the rules work is once you're knocked down, you're eliminated. Once you knock down the other team, you win. That's as simple as that, however you do it. Strikes, kicks, punches, throws, you name it. All right, yeah, so you got Joe coming in with that action. He just wants to swing that axe handle, man. Joe's here to earn his axe. Good punches in that corner. Brian's got Vallis tied up in the center there. Oh, what a throw by Vallis. That was awesome. That was a great toss. Really got an underhook there. Now he's got a 2-on-1 in the corner. They're just going to work him down together. You can't really see, but Vallis is going for the single leg takedown, which is great. Couldn't get it. Well, it drops Joe. So that's a 3-on-1. At a 3-on-1, we will stop the fight because the odds are unfair. At that point, it gets dangerous. So that's where we win. So let's go back and see if we got a replay on that throw from Chuck. You'll see in the far right there, Brian with the cross check, and Chuck kind of just gets under there. And look at this scoop underneath coming in right here. And just that toss, man. Chuck is a strong man. That guy we call him Ground Chuck. He's low to the ground. He's got great legs, and he's just a killer in there. And that toss is amazing. So you're going to watch it one more time. He gets the underhook, gets Brian just off balance a little bit, and boom, down he goes. All right, so you've got a second round of men's fighting here. Let's see if we trade anyone out. So Chuck Vallis has come out, and it looks like Liam has stepped in for, I believe they're going to call the guys on the left here the Huntsmen, I believe we're calling them. They've got a black and white tabard. You can kind of see a little bit around their neck, and like a neck tabard. It's probably a better word for that. But there you got some strategy there. So Xander's with his team. He's got Xander, Dev, and Liam versus Joe, Chabot. And the show's stuck in the corner there, and Gavin, yep. Good swinging by Xander. Joe with that axe, man. He wants to earn it. All right. Brian with the takedown on Dev. So, Brian, they got a 2-on-1 in the corner. Let's see if they take advantage of it. So, Brian should grab, and Joe should get free. Oh, but they're both down. So, now we got a 2-on-1. Now we got a 1-on-1. A 1-on-1 here. Xander versus Joe Fontenot. So, experience versus new. Yep, you got to kind of pushing up against the rail there. Joe's stuck in that corner, but I would rather be in that corner right now than against that corner rail. Oh, with a takedown. Xander's showing some real grappling skills here. It's really great. Watch what he's got going on here. It's been awesome. All right, so you're going to see the very end of the round here. Get pushing that corner. He gets the overhook around, twists his head and gets him off his feet, and just a hip toss right over the top there. You can see a little bit of exhaustion out of Joe, I think, in that round. I mean, Joe just fought in a 3-round duel, a melee round, and another melee round all in a row with really no break. So he was at a disadvantage to Xander anyway, who's a little more rested. But really, really just good control by Xander. He's really using that body control, using that size. He's a tall guy. I think he's about 6'2". So he's using that ability. Yeah, throw the hands in the air, man. He is happy to win. He won the All-VL. He just won that round for his team. He's having a great day. All right, so now we have the women's duelist coming up. We have Megan in the far corner. Versus Caitlin, both longsword fighting here. So they're going to do the same thing, 3-round duel, best of 3. It's going to be a points-based duel, so weapon strikes count with longswords. Obviously, there's no shields. You can pommel strike, so strike with the back of the weapon, and that counts. You can also cross-check, and that counts as well, as long as you're edge on with the blade. So a little more diversity as far as what you can score within a longsword duel. Wrapping up the men's fight, so Xander's team, the Huntsmen with the black and white collars, they're currently leading 2-1. Against the Outlaws, which is Brian Chabot's team. Brian Chabot, again, is the pointy helmet there, the beak-looking helmet. So, what? Hound Skull, I'm being told, because I'm terrible with the names of armor. I constantly forget them, so I say things like pointy beak helm. Yeah, so you're going to see Marie's off the field. It's Megan over there with the longsword. Megan's in that brown tabard, black helmet. She's got the gold on it. Versus Caitlin in the silver helm here. Going back to a couple different types of helmets, we've got Megan in the wolf rib. Caitlin has a nasal on, that Squidward helmet, as we call it. All right, same thing. Duel, points-based, best 2 out of 3, 1-minute rounds. So what's interesting about this is a rematch, essentially, between Caitlin and Megan. They both fought recently on opposing teams on a chapter match, and they were the duelists for their teams too with Longsword. I believe Caitlin took that fight. There was some close rounds, but Caitlin took it at the end. So let's see what happens here. They're going to come out, touch swords out of respect, and here we go. All right, Megan slipped and fell down. So get back up, ready to go. That's fine. Now, it's been raining out here for 2 days, so the ground's a little slippery. So Megan going for a couple pommel strikes there. So it's hard to tell with longsword sometimes is if you block it with the guard or the hand over the hands, it shouldn't count, but sometimes you get those from the judges. Caitlin's got a good back and forth onside offside strike. Megan's coming down with more kind of straight chops. Good low shot there, back and forth, continuous striking. I think Caitlin may have it up by a couple points right now. Oh, good pommel strike at the end there. Let's see who takes it. And I couldn't quite see with that slip there if that was a takedown or a slip exactly, because you do get 1 point for a takedown in a duel. You don't see them a lot because they're worth the same as a strike, so you don't see a lot of people direct effort to it. Depending on how the counter saw that, they may give that a point or not. Yeah, it looked like a pretty close round. Lots of even striking, a little bit more onside offside from Caitlin, a little more straight on aggressiveness from Megan. We're going to go to the replay here. Going to see a little miss there from Caitlin coming in. They're both coming in hard. He said attempted a pommel strike from Megan that may or may not have landed, and that extra kind of return from Caitlin. A lot of good cross blocking here as they finish out the round. All right, so Caitlin takes the first round. So if she wins the next one, she'll take the point for her team. So Megan's going to really have to come out here and win this next one. You see, you got her teammate in the corner there, Julie, cornering for her, giving her advice, helping her figure out what she can do better this round. All right, here we go. Round two. Oh, good striking there, back and forth. Just come straight on aggressiveness from both of them this time. Oh, good blocking by both. I think they're kind of even at this point, back and forth. This is a tough one to judge. I'll get that sword tied up. She's going to tie it up. Oh, that's a little bit of a lead for Caitlin with that tie up on Megan. Let's see if she can come back and counter it. Yeah, it looks like mostly blocks there. I didn't see any points land. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, it looks like they're trading blows again. A really even fight. It can be tricky with longswords, but once you get inside, you get this kind of even strike, and you get that attempt at a pommel strike again. They're swinging on the cutout. Yeah, that was tough. There was a lot of good blocks on both sides. Both fighters are throwing onsides and offsides high. Not a lot of low shots, not a lot of level changes. So it's really going to be about who landed the most shots in a very aggressive round. See the counters coming in, talking to the head ref in that corner, deciding they landed the most clean strikes. Again, anything that lands to the sword, to the cross guard, to the hilt should not count, and nothing to the hand should count either. But again, it gets real tricky in longsword when you're there because those shots come in fast, and depending on where the counter's standing, sometimes you're going to see it. And if did it hit the wrist, did it hit the hand, it can be hard to judge. So really, you're looking for that kind of overpowering attack a lot of times, getting the most shots in, really taking a lead, and trying then to control the fight at that point. Both these rounds seemed pretty even. Neither fighter had the opportunity to back out and really kind of reset and own it because it was hard to tell who took it. So Megan takes that round. So we're going to a third round, 1-1. So 1-1. Yeah, 1-1 there. They're going to go to round 3, which is great. always love it when a duel goes to that final round. You know, both fighters have gone in, put in their best. They're a little tired. I mean, 1 minute in armor is no joke. Like, we're all wearing 50 to 70 pounds of armor, you know, maybe more than that depending on your size. Heavy helmets, all steel weapons, and you're going out there and swinging these things for a minute straight. I know, man, after a longsword, my arms are burnt, no matter how much I try to use my rotation and my core. All right, coming out here for the third strike. Yep, there we go. Good, back and forth, yeah. You can see Megan's going to kind of strike and then pommel strike, which you can, just chopping away. A lot of hand shots. Oh, that was a good land from Caitlin there. Yep, another attempt at pommel strike, and they both countered on the way out. So again, it looked really even on both fighters here. Really good job, a lot of blocks. Yeah, a couple shots to the arm there. Caitlin's landing. Yeah, Caitlin's taking a bit of a lead now. You see Megan pushing in aggressively. If I'm Megan right now, I'm pushing in hard towards that end because it can be really tough to tell who's ahead in a fight like this when you're in it. 10 seconds left. It's going to be go as hard as you can.
10 seconds, come on, Megan.
Good shot from both of them.
Stop fight.
I don't think that last shot landed, so we're going to see what they go now. So I honestly couldn't tell who had the advantage there. I think you're looking at real close. You know, both fighters pretty much for the whole fight stuck with just their swords. Now, again, swords only get you points, but you can kick, you can punch, you can do other things to kind of throw your opponent off, but they were very weapon-focused. Probably a good idea, considering the fact that they're both relatively same height, same size. Megan's a little taller. Both have that same reach, and they're just going to focus on landing those points during it. Very curious to see who takes it at this one. All right, the head ref's going to call him out now. Unless it's a tie. It could have been a tie round. That happens. But no, they called him out now. They're going to see who takes this. Oh, what a close match. Oh, what a close fight. I don't know if you could hear it, but the third round was 14 strikes to 15 strikes. Caitlin took it by 1 strike in the third round after they each took one apart. That was a really, really great fight to watch. Both of these fighters have come a real long way in their sword work, in their conditioning. Even the different approach, you're going to see that if you go back and look at it a little bit there, Caitlin was a little more able to move her angles. Megan was much more just aggression straight on, and she was landing those pommel strikes as well, getting her points. Just an awesome fight. Really close. I love to see that. Anytime I can watch a fight and I see them come in and really get that close, you know, it's anyone's game. They're both going all out. Just a great job. That was a really good fight. All right, so while we're waiting here, let's talk a little more about the sport as a whole. So this is Armored Combat Sports, for anyone who hasn't seen this before. This is a full steel fighting. All of our weapons are real steel weapons. They're blunted, of course. We're in full steel armor, full metal armor, fighting each other. Basically, as hard as we can. You're using axes, swords, shields, punching, kicking, throwing, anything you want. This is out of the Knights Hall in Nashua, New Hampshire, where we're fighting. Again, if you're joining in, my name's Chuck, often called the Woodchuck Knight. You can find me on YouTube, actually. I do a lot of videos for new fighters, introducing people to the sport. I love it. I've been fighting for about 2 years, and so I'm here today kind of talking about it, commentating on this match, on this Call to Arms event that we're doing. So we've got now the women coming in, because it's the women's melee as part of their chapter match. We have 2v2 for the women, so it's a 2v2 melee. Same rules as for the men's melee. Once you're knocked to the ground, you're eliminated. Once you knock down the other two opponents, your team wins. So we have on our close side, we have Marie and Caitlin. So Marie's the captain. Marie is holding just the axe handle. Caitlin has got a falchion and shield. The axe handle, again, is because Marie is trying to earn her axe. It's a challenge to the Knights Hall where you have to fight with just an axe handle, have a positive outcome, and you get to then earn the right to use your axe and get a little kind of award and a recognition for doing it. On the other side of the field, you see Megan, who just fought that duel in the black helmet. She's got a gold handprint on it. That's kind of starting to come off a little bit. And then you've got Julie in the barboot helmet there. She's the taller one. She's fighting with a buckler, and I cannot see her weapon right now. Buckler and hand axe. So 2v2, first round of melee. Right now, Marie's team, the closest team, they won the duels. Caitlin won that round, so they have 1 point. So it is 1-0 right now. Kind of squaring up, seeing what they're doing. And this is a chapter match to 7 points. Oh, Marie with the cross there. They're both double teaming Marie. That's not a bad strategy. Marie is a strong fighter. Megan just taking shots and not worrying too much about it. She has to turn and face Caitlin, though, and deal with it. Leave Marie against Julie one-on-one. It's turned into a one-on-one match, essentially, both of them paired up. That happens a lot in a 2v2 fight. All right, they're going to go for the double takedown on Marie. Going to kick that leg out, Megan's going for, which is a good strategy. Yeah, you see, Megan got called for a hooking there. You cannot hook the rail. You can do it for basically a second or two, but after that, you're going to get called. Yeah, it's really tied up there. Oh, Marie gets out and gets open and just starts landing those axe shots. Those are vicious. Megan's in a bad spot with Caitlin, but she gets out of it, turns. I like the strategy of focusing on Marie as a very strong fighter. Oh, it's a 2v1 now. It's a 2v1 on Megan. Megan's in that corner. If I was her, I would not move out of there. I would wait and use Julie as that terrain. I would make them come to me. I would not go anywhere.
Who's the tweezer? Who's the alcohol?
Yeah, I would wait. I would just stay there, and I would not move. All right, they're waiting. I mean, Julie's laying there. That's a tough place to be. You're laying there, already knocked down, knowing that people are going to climb over you. They're going to use your body. You just got to kind of hope it doesn't hurt too much when they land. Oh, yeah, there it comes. You knew that was coming, that double strike. Great kick from Megan. Great kicks. Just staying alive. I love it. You love to see it. You love to see that aggression. She's taking those axe shots. They're working together against her. She's got really good legs. Really good legs, real strong, but yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Eventually, you're just going to get knocked down. All right, so Marie's team takes it. They're now up 2-0, having won the duels in the first round of the melee. All right, here you're going to see the replay. Megan is trying to get over to Marie. They're trying to double team, but Julie gets wrapped the wrong way and just gets that kind of takedown around the head. That's a hard position when that person gets behind you. And you see at this point, they're just going to kind of hang out there for a second, breathe. And again, I don't blame Megan at all for staying there. Yeah, as soon as you get turned around like that, see Julie's facing away from her opponent. It's a tough spot to be in. They get that axe around your face. And I believe Marie stepped through and kicked the leg out there. Kind of like a reverse Sotogari, I think. It's a little hard to see in it, but it was really nice. So they're going to go to round 2 now of the melee. So women are staying in for their next match. We'll see if they change strategies at all. It looked like Megan's team strategy was to double team Marie at first. Marie's a very strong fighter, one of the top fighters, women fighters in the country. And I think they were both trying to kind of get the quick elimination there. The problem was Caitlin wasn't going to be left out of it, man. Caitlin was swinging and chopping and ready to go. So you got to wonder if they're going to do something different or the same approach. Julie's coming in with that hand axe and a buckler. Julie can throw a shot. Yeah, with the punch right there, that buckler shot. Same thing one-on-one. So what's going to happen, if I'm there, I'm focusing on that early... quick slip and a takedown. I think Megan's leg slipped out again. All right, similar situation, only reversed this time. Now Julie's in the corner for the 2v1. Just getting hammered. Shot after shot. Double team and the takedown. Yeah, that 2-on-1 is a tough position to be in. Tough position to be in. Yeah, it looks like right out before is Megan there on the ground. She just slipped. The ground is really slippery today. Grass is slippery. I know Megan is fighting in traditional medieval shoes, so leather bottoms only, and that kind of got them that slip in the takedown. It happens, and then you're going to watch Julie here just get blasted by Caitlin, that axe around the helmet. close there. Marie almost wrapped that around the neck, which would have been a potential yellow card, but I think she kept it up just high enough. But you got to be real careful with that. One of the rules is you can't wrap a weapon around the head there, because if you do it around the neck, there's potential for injury, and that's one of the few rules. If you keep it right on the base of the helmet, but it's a dangerous play. Again, it worked out for her, so great job. They took the round. It was a good fight. So we do all different types of melee fights here. Everything from what you're seeing, the 2-on-2 and 3-on-3s, up to 5-on-5s, 10-on-10s, 16-on-16s. There's really no limit to how large you can go in a melee. It just depends on the number of fighters you have and how big you have for a field. You'll notice in the smaller events like this, like the 3-on-3s and the 2-on-2s, what you tend to see is a lot of pairing up, a lot of one-on-ones. It's hard to get advantages in numbers until there is a takedown. Because, again, you can't really outmaneuver people when it's a 2-on-2. You're going to see what's happening. There's less kind of confusion on the field. And now we have the men's teams coming out. They're going to come up for their next melee here. So the men's team is 3-on-3. All right, we've got Joe Fontenot on the field, Gavin on the field. You know, it's weird. None of us call Joe just Joe. It's always Joe Fontenot. You say the whole name and we don't know why. But Joe Fontenot's out in the field, and you got Gavin out in the field. It's not that we have a bunch of Joes here at the hall. We just have Joe Fontenot, but that's his name. Joe and Gavin out there on the far side. We've got Chuck Vallis there in the black helm on the close side. Xander, the captain, out there as well. And we're waiting for that third fighter on their team. It looks like it's going to be, I'm not sure. They're still waiting to get a third fighter out there. Oh, we're doing twos this time. So instead of 3v3s, we're doing twos at this point. So now it's going to be Chuck Vallis and Xander versus Gavin and Joe Fontenot for twos. So you'll see they're checking their straps on the back of their helmets. It's called a Simon strap. That's an extra strap that keeps your helmet on, keeps you from losing it in an emergency. It's a safety mechanism that we require in armored combat sports here. All right, here comes the fight. 2v2s. Here we go. Vallis and Xander versus Joe Fontenot and Gavin. Kind of circling, and Joe comes in hard. Joe's an aggressive fighter. Comes there swinging with that cross check. He wants it. Great kicks by Xander there, trying to kick those legs out. And a switch. Xander's really moving that field. I love it. Seeing him switch off, look for different things. You see Chuck Vallis is watching what's happening. He's coming across, looking to smash. That was great. And a pile up in the corner like a train wreck of fighters. Someone's going down. 3 are going down. Oh, 2 are going down. It is Gavin. Joe, get him, Joe. Chuck's got to hit him. Chuck's being nice. Let him. The armor's caught up. The armor caught up on Gavin, on a downed opponent. So Chuck Vallis is being a sportsman and giving him the moment to get up there and get ready. Yep. So it looks like we've got Gavin fighting there against Vallis with the mace and the buckler. Gavin's a tough takedown. That guy's just got kind of tricksy feet. All right. Oh, we got a hook. Oh, it was up. Oh! It's a draw. It's a draw. So that round does not count. That round does not count. That round is a draw. That is difficult, man, to do all that fighting and come out with a draw. All right, so we have instant replay here. If I'm looking, you're going to see that they both kind of go. So Vallis goes down, and the reason, even though that was a draw, is you watch, Gavin loses his gauntlet at the end there too. So if you lose a piece of armor, you're eliminated. So essentially, it's the exact same time that Vallis touches the ground. Right here, he's going to go, he's going to touch, and you see Gavin's hand come up there. His gauntlet had come off right as he went down, so he's also eliminated. So with no one standing at the end, no one can win, and we have to do it again. There's nothing more fun than a draw when you're not a fighter. When you're the fighter, it's terrible. So today, I love it. Other days, I don't. All right, you see they're lining up again. So who do we have out there now? We've got Xander, the captain, with Dev. Dev, again, is the newest fighter we have. 4 weeks in armor. This is his second event. Shown real promise so far. And you've got Gavin out there again. Gavin with that two-handed axe. You've got Joe Fontenot with his axe handle because he's out there to earn his axe. Ready to go. Fight number 2 of this set of melees, but again, the first one didn't count. So it's still 2-1, I believe, for Xander's team in the hoods there, in the black and white hoods, who are the Huntsmen versus the Outlaws. These are teams that we just kind of have for today for fun. All of these fighters are fighting out of the hall. They're all headsmen. They're all part of the team that we kind of take on travel events. They're all really doing their very best to get out there, give it their all, and show some real promise. Oh, good. Joe Fontenot again. That man just comes in hard every time. He wants to swing that axe, man. He just wants it. Joe's going to punch. Oh, yeah, look at that axe shot. That was vicious. That was a great shot. Right to Xander's back. You got Dev and Gavin tied up. Really, Gavin's got that good rail position, but Dev's gonna push him down. It looks like we might have them both go down if it keeps. Yep, we had a suicide there. They both went down. Neither one had a great foot position, so it becomes a one-on-one against Xander and Joe Fontenot. Now Joe has the opportunity to push back Xander over those other bodies if he can get him back there. Oh, they switched it. Wrong way. Oh. They're stopping fight due to an armor failure, another gauntlet off. So as a safety precaution, obviously we don't want anyone to get actually injured and killed. So if you lose a piece of armor, if you have armor failure, you get sat and you're out of the round, being the last man up for his team. He gets eliminated, and Xander takes the round. All right, so let's see if they do another men's round here because that last one was a draw. They may do another round at this point to kind of keep going. So Xander's up 3-1, the Huntsman in that black and white hood. We've got Dev in there, the new fighter, versus Chuck Vallis, the grizzled old vet. Chuck is a bowling ball of a man. He is a hard takedown. He is just strong as can be. You know, he's one of the guys in the hall who actually helps a lot of people with their lifting and their own training. He put together my workout routine that I'm doing right now, my lifting routine, and sometimes I don't like him because it's hard to do the workout. But he really is just a beast of a fighter. He's fighting with a mace and a buckler. Versus Brian Chabot in that far corner, again with that just gorgeous kit. And Xander with the two-handed axe. That short axe, we call it, the 3-footer. So 2v2, here we go. All right, Vallis and Dev are kind of pairing up tight together. Let's see what they do. They got a play of some sort. You can see it. All right, they're just going in one-on-one. Nope, just chopping and slamming. Some good shots from that mace from Vallis. Dev slammed that. You can see that whole rail move when he pushes. So Dev's going for a single leg takedown. He just isn't. Oh, Dev is eliminated for fighting without a weapon. So you are not allowed to fight when you don't have a weapon. That leaves it now 2v1 versus Chuck Vallis. So Dev dropped his weapon, continued an offensive move, and that gets him eliminated from the round. If you drop a weapon, you can be defensive, you continue to block, but you have to get to the edge of the list and have a teammate hand you a weapon, or pull a backup weapon if you have one on you. Like Chuck Vallis has in his belt, he's got that falchion. Man, that guy is a tough man. It's 2-on-1. They're both on top of him. Oh, and he finally goes down. Taking the round for the Outlaws, making it, I think, 3v2 at this point. So we're coming over here. I'm actually getting a score count to make sure I got it. So 3v2, correct. Yes, I read it right. Yeah, 3v2 Outlaws are now down by only 1 point after taking that round. All right, here we got the replay. You can see them both just all their weight going to come on to Chuck, bend him over, and Vallis can't get his legs underneath him, can't bend and can't squat. And once you get to that bent over position, the weight of your armor and the helmet, like you're just going down. I don't care how strong you are. If you don't get those legs underneath, you'll get to a squat position and have control of your hips, you're going to be in tough shape. All right, so we actually have Brian Chabot walking off now, limping a little bit. He's getting helped off by a teammate, so I'm hoping he's okay. He may have twisted something that last round. All right.
Switches are clean, second field.
All right, women are coming in for their next fight. So Marie and Caitlin are already in there for their team. They have taken all 3 points at this point. They took the duels point and the two chapter match rounds, so it's 3-0 for them in this chapter match fight. Again, the score is tough in these kind of events because in the end, someone's going to win the point. But when you get 1 point for a whole round, a lot of good and bad things happen for your team, and you can have a really close match. You look at the women's duels, is a good example. 3-round match, they each won 1 round, and the last round was decided by a single strike. So, scores don't always tell the story of the fight, but what they do tell you is who wins in the end. And right now, Marie's team is up now, really taking that lead, a dominant position. Megan's team is really going to have to show something here, going to have to come out and get a victory to get back in this. So Megan versus Julie. Megan and Julie, I'm sorry, versus Marie and Caitlin coming up for the women's melee round. Now we're just waiting to get a weapon for Julie. She's got her hand axe back, so hand axe and buckler. Megan's got her falchion and shield. Marie is there with that axe handle. And you got Caitlin with her red shield with the bird on it and her falchion. All right, feeling each other out, coming onto the field, taking position. Julie takes a little bit step forward, kind of puts herself there as that front lead. Let's see what happens. Julie's coming in. Julie's got that hand axe versus Marie with that just... That stick, man, just hit with that stick and be vicious. Good check. Again with that 1-0. Oh, a quick takedown from Marie. A quick takedown on Julie. That was tough. Megan's in a tough spot again. 2-on-1. She's going to take some shots. She didn't care, though. She's going to keep blasting, man. She's going to fight. She's going to fight. She almost had Caitlin that takedown. But now they've swapped. They've swapped positions. They're going to work that leg, which is what they're going to work that leg and try to kick it out. Megan gets out of it. She's just really... Oh, nice spin. Nice control there. She's going to try to step over and get Caitlin down. Another good spin. She's keeping herself out of that axe shot. Keeping Marie's kind of weapon away from her because you don't want to get hit by even just an axe handle, man. That stings. It just kind of hits hard. It's so light. It swings so hard. You're going to leave some... Oh, those are some shots. Those are some shots. That is hard shots. I don't see Megan getting phased, though. She's just taking it like a champ. She really wants that takedown. She's powering down. They've swapped again. Now you got Caitlin's going to get those shots in there, and Megan's just stuck with that axe around her head. Staying up, Oh, she's not going down. This is a killer fight. This is a killer fight. You got to watch that axe handle around the neck, and no, she's still up. This is unbelievable. She will not go down. They've swapped it. You can see that ref's right on the screen. He's watching that axe handle, making sure it's in a safe position. Right now, if they kicked her legs out, she'd be in trouble. But Megan's just kind of holding herself in there. She's got strong legs. She does not want to lose this. She's going, if I go down... Yeah, well, that was some really, really strong fighting from Megan there. 2-on-1 and lasted a really long time, and some vicious shots from Marie. Yeah, let's take a look here as Caitlin gets the corner. Just that axe handle, you can just see the whole... Bam! Those are just coming off. She's got right on right on the butt shots, right across the back. And man, Megan it's almost hard to watch it again. She's coming in, wham! Again. And I can tell you from experience, you're getting blindsided like that, it hurts. And axe head or not on that, I got to fight with just an axe handle recently, and man, I had so much fun swinging that thing. It's so fast. It does like just kind of real concussive damage. I actually was fighting the ref out there, Brandon, in my pro fight. I had to use the axe handle against him. And there were a couple shots at the end, and I almost wish I had an axe handle all the time. You can just swing that thing, it snaps. So I can tell you that is some rough fighting. Well, I'm really impressed there watching how well Megan stood up and took it, and also really impressed by Caitlin Marie's teamwork. Caitlin Marie was switching back and forth, repositioning. After someone got tired from grappling, they'd switch out, throw some strikes, really wear and grind that opponent down, which is, in a chapter match, is vital, because right now they're going to have to do it again. So if you grind your opponent down and you wear them out, well, they have to come out and fight you again and again and again, and you're going to eventually just kind of wear them out until they don't want to fight. Yeah, you can see now everyone's waiting. It's 4-0. If I am Megan and Julie, I am going to hang out there. I'm going to wait. I'm going to breathe a little bit. I'm going to recover. I'm going to let the other team come to me because they have the lead. They have to come fight, and let them take that moment. Good. They're pairing up now. Let's see what the play is. They position themselves tight together. They're really giving Marie and Caitlin those 45-degree angles. Let's see what the play is. I wonder if someone's going to cut across and blast Caitlin, because that might be what I do. Right now, kind of step. They're really feeling it out. Oh, but Caitlin makes the first move. Same thing, Julie versus Marie. Oh, we have an injury. We have an injury in there. We have Marie's down. We now have Megan versus Caitlin. So the fight will go because Marie is out of the list. And they're going to keep fighting now, and the refs will take care of it. So Caitlin and Megan are going one-on-one while they check on Marie, who's out of the ring, and see how bad her injury is. So right now it's a tied-up one-on-one. They're both just kind of wrapped around. Oh, Megan almost goes down there, but keeps her feet. Oh, Megan takes the round, getting Caitlin on the takedown there. Getting her to the ground, getting the point, making it 4-1. Megan's team has taken their first point. Really, tough. We're hoping Marie's okay. She, I think her knee got pushed underneath her as she took Julie down. Yeah, nothing is scarier than when someone hurts their legs in this kind of sport. People talk a lot about the injuries. Is this a dangerous sport? The weapons usually aren't what's going to hurt you. You might get bruised. You might get beat up. You might take a shot that, you can get hurt. You can have injuries happen with weapons. You can break something. But really, the worst injuries I've seen are usually when someone's leg gets pinned underneath them or trapped. Similar to any kind of sport like football, even soccer, basketball, if someone gets that leg trapped and someone falls on them or slips, that's when those injuries are really scary. So the nice thing with armor is usually it won't hyperextend. It'll hold there a lot, but we have seen injuries before. In fact, Brian Chabot, the captain of the Outlaws in that, I'm going to call it a pointy beak helmet, gang, because I can't remember, Houndskull helmet, yeah, the Houndskull helmet. He actually broke his leg a couple years back in a fight, just getting cross-checked and landing awkwardly and just kind of snapped at a weird fall. So those are the things we're scared about the most. So I'm really hoping Marie's okay. They've got her off the field now. They're limping her out. You can see it in the screen now. They're checking her, taking her leg armor off. They're going to check on her and see where she's at. Hopefully she's okay. That's so scary. So we're going to be in rough shape now for Marie's team. And Marie's out, and the fight doesn't stop. Injuries aren't going to stop us from competing. You're just going to have that injured fighter leave. And now we're going to run, I think, a 2v1, Caitlin versus Megan and Julie. Man, if I'm Caitlin, I'm a little nervous right now. A little nervous. We got a 4-1 right now for Caitlin's team, Caitlin and Marie. But yeah, that's gonna be tough. Anytime you're starting around at a 2v1, okay, you can see Captain Megan coming over, talking to Caitlin, talking about what they want to do. Making sure she's okay, saying, hey, are you all right to do this? Again, all of us are friends outside of the list. We're all here to compete with each other. I'm going to go as hard as I can. All right, so they're going to step out. They're going to step Megan out. They're going to go 1v1. Yeah, sportsmanship here. I was wondering if that might happen. If they decide that instead of having a 2v1, they're going to make it a fair fight, which is nice. Caitlin versus Julie. Now I can tell you, Caitlin over there has been training hard. She is at the hall regularly times, 3 hours a night, 4 hours sometimes training. She's coming in, but Julie can strike, man. Julie's big, she's strong. She's getting her conditioning back, but she's got a lot of experience. They get up in the corner, so this is going to be a grapple off. You can tell right away. They're not going to throw a lot of strikes in a 1v1. Good knee from Caitlin. If I'm Julie, I'm just grinding her down. That's the goal, right? Just grind her down. But it's going to be tough. Like I said, Caitlin's been lifting a lot. She's conditioned well. She trains regularly. She's been going to grapple practice. So when I said you can't hook weapons around the head, we're talking about two-handed weapons. You can run your arms around the back. You can hook a little bit with a single-hander, but you can't hook around the back of the neck. Oh, matching shield punches. That was amazing. Just coming in together. Slam. All right, Caitlin back up against that rail. Tough position. Caitlin going through for the step through and the throw. She can't quite land it. Another good punch from Julie. Another good punch. Julie's kind of keeping her at bay with those punches. These 1v1s can be long because you're just going until someone gets that takedown. Right now from Julie, I'm trying to get that leg out of Caitlin. Kick her leg out right now, and you've got that position. But Julie's going all up her body. Oh, now Julie's bent. Oh, she's back up. You can tell they're getting tired. But a lot of fighting. These 2v2 rounds, when you don't get a break, are really tough because you're just going to go and go. Yeah, a couple low leg shots there. Not going to do much damage. You can see that leg hook. That's what she should be going for, is either a leg hook or kicking the leg out. Another good punch. Oh! Wow, she dropped her on a punch. That was fantastic. All right, so Team Megan takes the round. All right, we're going to see him squaring off here.
1 minute till the match.
Squaring off.
1 minute.
Kind of getting up against each other, ready to go. And this shield punch comes in, tied up against each other. So we have it 4v2 right now for the Witches, which is Marie's team, versus Megan and the Queens. We got a 4v2 score right now for the women. All right, we got the men coming back out, and good to see Brian Chalot back out. I saw him limping off the last round, kind of leaning on an axe handle, someone helping him out. I'm glad that he's back out there. Looks like he's not injured, maybe just a little tweak. Yeah, you can see Captain Brandon moving Brandon is my captain, the executioner, but Brandon, the head ref, is just showing off his muscles, resetting the list over there. You can see that list gets moved. The ring gets really pushed around by the weight of these fighters. These are heavy-duty rings, but they still get blasted and moved. We have to reshape it a little bit. All right, so we're going to do 2v2 again. We've got in there Xander and Dev, the new fighter. Dev, who told me earlier, we've got 4 weeks. His favorite weapon so far is shield and falchion. We'll see if that lasts since he's in his second match. We'll find out what he likes. But I think shield and falchion is the best starting combo you can have here. Really teaches you to use all your faculties, use all your faculties, ability to fight with that shield, build a block. Oh no, Dev has switched to a shield and hand axe. So trying something new, going for a little more damage. Joe Fontenot with the two-hander axe there. Gavin with the, oh wow! Pushed right through the list. That was beautiful. Oh, that was beautiful. Now poor Gavin is just there. Gavin's slipping. It's raining a little bit. The ground's wet. You got Dev, he's a strong boy, and then you got Xander, who's been training like crazy, just grinding on this guy. Dev loves that single leg takedown, man. Oh! And he ends up going down with it, but Xander takes it. Let's see this again. This is going to be great. So they're coming in here. Joe is an aggressive fighter, man. He does not. Comes in with that cross check. Comes in hard. Oh, look at Dev with the swim move. Just swims him right through. So that's when you raise that arm and sweep through. I wonder if Dev has some football experience. That looked a lot like a football swim where the linebacker comes in and you just swim him over the top to get him past you and then continue blasting. So, yeah, that was really beautiful. That was a great play. That was fantastic. Yeah, one more time, just kind of go through there and write out the list. That looked like something that WWE looked planned. It looked like they set that up. I mean, I know they didn't, but that looked like he just tossed him out of the ring. Waiting for Joe to go get a chair. All right, so we got Devin there again. We got Valis in there again. Valis in that black helm with the mace and buckler. Dev with the shield and hand axe. And we've got Gavin with his two-hander and Joe with his axe handle. So an interesting combo. You got two fighters out there on one team who have defensive shields and lighter weapons versus two heavy-hitting weapons that are much slower and less defense. Very hard to block with the axe versus that shield. All right, so we're going to see Joe's getting his armor repaired, so he's got a little leg issue, and it looks his knee cop came off. All right, you can see Dev coming over and thinking, man, this is a good time to talk some strategies. We say, hey, Chuck, what do we do? Chuck said, probably knock him down. That's pretty much what I'd be saying at this point. They're both tired. Now, the good news is it is nice and cool today. It's real drizzly. It's rainy, but I'd rather fight in that than the 98 degrees we've had recently for our events. Yeah, they're getting ready to go. You can see Joe out there in the back left corner. He's talking to Gavin as well. They're figuring what they want to do. We're getting all set. All right. A little more armor repairs, checking the gauntlet. All right, Chuck, Valis, and Dev coming in against Gavin and Joe Fontenot with the axe handle. Valis with that mace, calling a play. Oh, great swing by Joe. Joe wants to slam that thing. Chuck's not going to let him out loose, though. Chuck can hold two people. I've watched him hold two people many times. All right. Good axe shots from Devin, right across the top of the head. That's more annoying and obnoxious, but it's going to keep doing that. It's going to... Yeah, keep swinging that axe, Dev, man. Just chop him down. Over and over, just repetitive strikes. Now, Joe's going to tee off on Chuck, just like Chuck grabs him up again. And Chuck's good at that. He's going to hold you and keep you from getting free. All right, so they've got him kind of tied in the corner. All right, so Gavin's down. Gavin's down. That leaves Joe Fontenot again versus... All right. Chuck Valis lost his weapon, grabbed the hand axe, and he's going to swing. Oh, you can see Valis is gassed, man. He is tired. He's taking a moment to breathe. He's going to throw those shots. Oh, right there, that leg. That's going to hurt. That is painful. That is painful. Joe gets that shield down finally. Now just chopping the shoulder. That is vicious. Oh, Joe hates it. Joe's mad. The Raging Cajun. Joe's the Raging Cajun, man. That guy, he's not like that. He got furious. He said, no way am I going to take that. I'm just going to keep swinging. Look at, yeah, he's not. Look at him. Yeah, swing that axe handle, Joe. Swing that axe handle. And he's just getting chopped to pieces by two one-handed axes. But everyone's tired. Look at them leaning, all exhausted, arms down. They're just trying to survive. And Chuck Valis with a single leg takedown there. Grabs the leg, pulls it out, takes Joe down. That was a great round, man. That was tough. That was tough.
That's your breakdown.
All right, you're going to see here, Joe was just getting chopped, and Joe just says, nope, I'm done. Throws those right haymakers and says, I'm getting out of this. Man, I can tell you from experience, when Joe gets angry, man, he's like a Wolverine. He's like a Tasmanian devil. He just starts swinging and railing. You can see he pulls him out here again, just dragging and throwing those punches. You can see he drops the axe handle to his left hand and just starts haymaking, making sure he gets out of there. He was getting too many axe shots in a row, getting overwhelmed and said, I'm not taking this. All right, so what do we got now? Now we have on the... All right, on there we got Gavin and Brian Chabot for the Outlaws on the far side. And we have Xander and Liam here for the Huntsmen. Huntsman is a team, yeah, because it's our, we made up teams for this. It's all for fun. So we got the Huntsmen, and we have the Outlaws here. We have Xander with Liam. Gavin and Brian, another round of melee, more vicious, violent contact. Everyone at this point has got to be tired. They're doing pretty consistent, quick rounds, not a lot of breathers in between. You got Colton out there. She's one of the squires. She's doing a lot of armor checks today, doing a great job making sure everyone's tied up right, ready to go. Checking gear, making sure everybody's safe. Because again, the game here is kind of bruises, not injuries. You don't want to kill people. All right, here it goes. Another round. All right, Xander and Liam feeling out. Gavin and Brian on the far side. Xander just kind of head down. Oh, wow. Just blast Gavin. Gavin slips out. And Xander just destroys everyone. He just says, yeah, I got this. This is my round. I'm the captain. I'm going to win this. Now, we're going to replay that whole round, I think. That was so fast. We have a 10-second replay set up here. And just so the check and just the slip up on Gavin, and then immediately reads the field, comes right across, and just blasts everybody and just says, I'm the last one standing. That was amazing. Yeah, the ground here is just getting it's just getting slippery. So you can see Gavin's foot just kind of slides out and he goes down. Xander reads that field and immediately just says, I'm going to take everyone down. I'm just going to make sure that I am going to win this for my team. Yeah, that was awesome. That was fantastic play. I am highly impressed with what I'm seeing out of Xander these last couple fights. He's clearly been putting the work in. He trains regularly. He's committed. He's asking questions, and he's really showing his mettle today. All right, so the women are coming back out for their melees, and as we talked about before, Marie is injured, so now it's just Caitlin, who Caitlin seems to be switching shields between every round. So let's see what happens here. And we've got Marie coming out, it looks like. Wow, Marie is going to keep fighting even after that what looked like a pretty bad injury. So let's see how she does. I'm honestly surprised and also a little worried, but like, you know, good for her for putting it out there. So we've got Caitlin in with, I think, oh, I love that shield if you can see it. It says cluck around and find out. Caitlin is known for loving birds. That is what she loves. She loves birds so much. She just got a birthday present of a halberd, a halberd shaped like a bird. So that's pretty awesome. And her shield says cluck around, find out. I think that's the third shield I've seen her fight with today. She's just swapping out between rounds. So Caitlin's out there against Julie and Megan. And slowly I'm seeing Marie come to the field. She's limping. I'm worried about her, but she's a true warrior. These women fight hard and they don't quit. And you know, I think she just wants to give it her all and keep going. Oh man, I hope she can fight. Like, that's scary when you see someone coming out who's moving at that pace. Now she's got that axe handle. She wants to earn her axe. She's as determined, as tough, as gritty a fighter as I have ever seen. She is dangerous with a weapon. She's dangerous with throws. But it's going to be an interesting match now. So Marie's team is up now 4-2. Remember, it's just 7 points. So 4-2. Megan and Julie on the far side, they've got the 2 points. Looks like Megan's getting her shield fixed real quick. But I'm really curious to see how this goes. Yeah, it looks like Julie's checking on Marie. I mean, all of these fighters are friends out of the field. It's kind of tough when you get someone in a state like this who's got, clearly has taken an injury. I mean, the respectful thing to do is to continue to fight them as hard as you always would, and you don't give them a break. Because if you're out there, they're out there to fight. I would be upset if someone took it easy on me. So I'm assuming that they will not take it easy on her. Let's see how it goes. So team on the close side here, Marie's team has 4 points versus Julie and Megan has 2 points. They're going to go out there and see what happens. Good shield punch from Megan, getting Caitlin in the corner. Marie's going to swing, man. I wouldn't let her swing, injured or not. I wouldn't let her have a one-on-one situation with just a free swings there. So Megan's got Caitlin in the corner, but she can't seem to get her positioned anyway to get it down. Oh, and the head around Megan, that axe handle around Megan's head there. Gonna pour.
Take that shot.
Marie's free with an axe handle. That's scary. That's scary. That's scary. All right, if they just kick her legs out, they got to kick her legs out. You can't just squish her down like that. You got to kick those legs out to make her go to the ground. Otherwise, she's going to stay there forever. Oh, shield's touching. She's touching at that point. I think that's... Oh, look at that, just hammering her into the ground, just pounding on the back. Well, that was tough. So now it's Marie is injured versus Megan. All right, so they're fighting. It's... All right, she's fighting. Marie is injured on a limping leg. They got a two. They're both pulling against each other. They got to work together and kick that leg out. They got to kick that leg out. Oh, they shouldn't have given that opportunity. They shouldn't have given that opportunity because now it's a one-on-one. It's a one-on-one. Megan should push her over the body right now. Just come in and push her hard. Push her over that body. Oh. Marie is just a killer. That girl does not quit. She is just going to be out there swinging. She's out there fighting. Megan's in a precarious position with her legs, but she's repositioning, getting her head out. Good job. That axe is close around the back of the neck. Oh, she's repositioning. You see the arm around the back. That's legal and perfectly fine. So they're both in a tough spot. Megan's got to get her feet underneath her, get her balance back, or she's going down. Wow! Wow, what a takedown. What a takedown. Giving them 5-2 now. And really, if you look at it, what happened there was a little bit of generosity, I think, went the wrong way. They should have taken that kick out. But you can see here, it's Megan just pounding with that shield, just hammering, literally driving Caitlin in the ground like a steak. Just boom, boom, boom. That was a really just mean takedown. Just hammering it. Just pushing her in, just one after another like a sledgehammer. That was awesome. They're going to fight again, do another round, and really, what happened there is they had a 2v1, and Marie's leg was injured. They went to kick it out. You could hear her scream, and they were kind, and that kindness may have cost them the point. It's tough. I mean, you don't really want to injure anybody, but you got to go out there and fight your hardest. I wouldn't, under any circumstance, count Marie out. I don't care how injured she is. I don't care if she's fighting with one arm and one leg. I would be afraid of that person if they were fighting me because she is no quit. She is gritty. She's high skill. It's really going to be an interesting finish here as it's 5-2 now. So a minimum of 2 more rounds for the women. Minimum. All right, so they're going to come up. Megan is coming up. Julie's out there ready. They're kind of cornering. Where to get themselves positioned in the corner themselves? I'm not sure what the play is here. They've got to be aggressive. They're down 5-2. There's a good punch. They're going to both take. They're going to both take Marie there. Caitlin's swinging that falchion. Oh, Megan's in a tough spot, but gets out of it. They're all tied up, and then Caitlin's free, and Caitlin's just kicking, swinging. There you go. Oh, and the takedown on Megan. Takedown on Megan. Marie, they get her down. Marie, they get her down, and they're now going to go 2-on-1 against Julie. This is a tough position for Julie. You can see Marie's just grinding through it. Julie, while having fought for a while, is just kind of getting back after it after almost a year off, a year of not conditioning. So she's been training hard for the last couple months, but really just getting back to where she's like good kicks from Caitlin. Oh, look at those axe shots! Look at those axe shots! Oh, just pain compliance. Marie, they just take her down. Just take the fight. Marie just can swing. They are going to swing that axe hard. Or that axe handle in this case. Not even a blade on that thing, and it's still knocking people to the ground. All right, so you've got Julie. I'm hoping she's just tired and not injured. So it's 6-2. Marie and Caitlin. have the 6 points. Julie and Megan. Megan's in the black helm talking to Marie with the black and yellow. There, you're going to see here on the replay. You see in the replay here, there's those kicks from Caitlin, just driving those kicks, and those axe shots, just kind of abuse from both sides. And those axe handles end up just taking Julie down. Looks like they got a soft spot below the armor, just pounding away, and that can really, really hurt. For anyone who hasn't fought in armor, sometimes you're going to get hit even through the armor, and your body's just going to shut down. It just thinks it's been injured. It thinks it's been really wounded, and it doesn't realize it's wearing steel. So that pain is real, even though it's not a full injury. All right, 6-2, Marie and Caitlin versus Julie and Megan. Okay, these have been really close and really well-fought rounds. The problem with a 2v2 is as soon as you lose someone, it's a 2v1, and then it's almost always the 2v1 wins. So, all right. So they've got they're going in slow. They're all very tired. They're out here. It's raining. It's wet. It's slippery. They're exhausted. Megan and Julie on the far side there. They are waiting for the Marie and Caitlin to come at them. I get that shield up right now if I was Megan as that axe comes in close to you, but she's going to wait just a second longer. You notice as the fight goes on, fighters' arms drop a lot more. They just kind of hang them down there as long as possible. Don't want to use that extra energy, but yeah, Marie's still got her hands in a cross-check position, so she's not looking to land those axe shots right now. All right. Oh, shield punch, and that explodes the fight. There it goes. So what they need to do is get a quick takedown. Julie and Megan need to get a quick takedown so that they can kind of stay in this. Otherwise, it's going to be the end of it. Kicks from both Marie and Megan. Now, Caitlin's been doing some great falchion work this fight. Just really chopping, just continuing to annoy, harass, do damage. Oh. Yep, they're going. They're working Marie's legs. They're just trying to get Marie down. They're going to get Marie down right now. They got to kick that leg out. They just got to blast it out, but it's hard to do sometimes. If you're just kneeing it out or pushing it, it's very hard to take someone down. There's some nice shots from Megan. Marie gets out of it. She is just wily, injured or not. Yeah, it looks like more of a hyperextension. She might have had something that was more of a scare than a true injury. She's walking pretty well on it. And now we're back where we started. It's almost like the round started over. Oh, blindside! No one was watching Caitlin. She just came in there. She's like, I'm not going to stay there and take it. Now, this is an opportunity. If one of them can get a takedown here, it's going to turn the whole tide of the fight. Yeah, you're kind of rooting for the underdog at this point. You want to see this fight go. Oh, there's the takedown. So Megan just pulls Caitlin down. And we're... Oh! All right, and we had a takedown from Marie on Julie. But Marie lost the gauntlet, which eliminates her from the round, giving the win to Megan. So Megan's the last fighter standing in full armor. She takes the round. She takes the win. Yeah, Marie is showing incredible grit. They are really just working their hardest. They're really trying their very best to stay up, continue fighting hard. Like, that was even a nice takedown, just a gauntlet slipped off. It does happen occasionally. All right, so now we've got the women's team coming out. I believe it is 6-3 right now. Yeah, 6-3. Women's 6-3. And now the men are coming in. And the men, this is also a potential match point because it's 6-2 for Xander's team. Yeah, so it's 6-2. Xander's team's going to be in the lead with 6. Xander's on the close side of the field right now. He's closer to us on that camera side. He's coming in the list right now. You got Liam in the left corner. On the far right now, let's see. I think that's Joe Fontenot on the far right corner. You've got Gavin in there. So they're doing a 2v2 this round. They're doing a 2v2, it looks like, from what I can see. Gavin and Joe versus Liam and Xander. And now Xander has been he's been stellar. He's been kind of my standout fighter of the night. When watching the number of takedowns, the checks he's done, just the work he's putting in. Again, I think everyone's done a really good job, but when I look at the highlights, he's the one who keeps standing out to me. He's also the one who ends around a lot, throwing his hands in the air with a roar, and that'll gonna get you some extra notice. We got a match point coming up here, potentially a match point. Xander and Liam close to us. Liam in the brown, Xander the tall one. You can see the black and white hood there. He's doing a little dance. Xander is dancing. I don't know if that's a strategy or a technique, but it is happening. And then you've got Joe on the far right down there in the wolf's rib helm. Gavin in that griffin with the two-handed axe. And they're just kind of waiting, doing a little waiting game, a little bit of breathing. And Xander is a man of limitless energy. He does not seem to get tired. It can be frustrating when you're the one fighting against him. And you go, man, can we just take a minute and breathe? And he just keeps going. He's just a jackrabbit. He just keeps on trucking. Oh, what a good move. Oh, almost cost him, though. He almost slipped. That ground got slippery. You saw him barely get out of it. Barely get out of it. Liam fighting Joe. Joe staying alive in the corner. Oh, good swing from Xander. Gavin gets blocked. Gavin is just chopping away, but he's just not getting the hits. Xander's getting that shield up. We got a tie up in the corner between Liam and Joe. That's kind of like a neutral position. Both of them are going to get stuck there for a minute. Neither has good leg position. Neither has great kind of position on each other. It's hard to flip that leg around. If Joe can get his leg in front of Liam, he'll get the takedown. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck there for a minute. Yeah, you see Xander is now wrapped by Gavin. Gavin tries to take him down. Oh, Gavin slips again. Man, that ground is getting wet. So one of the things is some of the fighters out here are fighting in leather, medieval, traditional shoes. Some are using sneakers. We allowed both in this event, whatever you wanted to wear because it's so wet. So that's kind of sometimes a disadvantage to the person who does leather shoes. Xander's tough. Xander's a tall guy. He's strong. Oh, you see Gavin with another slide. He's just slipping and sliding out there. That ground is soaked at this point. It's been raining for almost 2 days straight. My feet are wet, and I'm in sneakers, not even fighting. Liam down and Joe down. So now it's a one-on-one potential final point of the match. Is Xander going to be the hero once again? Is he going to win the round? Xander is going to try to push him over that body, I think. God, that exhaustion is going to be setting in for both of them at this point. Yeah, you can see it, just that kind of flopping and flipping, breathing hard. Liam's laying there on the ground. The brown brig, just kind of dead body. And Xander goes around it. Shield punch. And now we've got Gavin, who's in a tough spot, man. One-on-one. Stop fight. Something flew off somebody. All right. So we have a piece of armor, thumb it looks like maybe. Maybe a thumb came off of the armor? That's a real dangerous piece to lose, man. You don't want to have your thumb broken. So I think I don't know quite what it was because I'm seeing both thumbs on. Something came off. Okay, so it was the thumb of Xander's gauntlet broke, which will eliminate him from the round, giving the round to Brian Chabot's team. So putting him up again now 6-3. Both teams are 6-3. Weirdly, both teams on the far side have 3, and both teams on the close side have 6. So they got 1 minute armor repair. Now, because it's 2v2, Xander can wait and doesn't have to have his stuff fixed immediately. They can put another fighter in right now, which is what they're going to do. So they've got close right side now. We've got Dev, the new fighter. I did actually talk to him on one of the breaks, and he is a former football player. You can see it on that swim move where he threw Joe through the list, where he kind of stepped aside, swam the arm over, and kind of pushed that person through. It's often a move a linebacker would make as he's driving through to the defensive line. You'll see often Receivers can do that too, is they kind of break through off a lineman, so you could tell it. I'm not sure what position he played, but I saw it. I was like, that's definitely a football move, and it translated great. That was awesome. So that's Dev, the new fighter in this corner. You've got Chuck Vallis in the black helm on the close left, again fighting with a mace and a buckler. And then on the opposite side, you've got Joe Fontenot, the Raging Cajun out there on the left with the wolf rib, that kind of bar-ribbed helmet. And you've got Gavin with the two-handed axe and the Griffin helm there. So this is 6-3, potentially again a final round, depending on how it goes. So Chuck Vallis, he's just a bulldog of a human man coming in hard. You can see him just stomping in there. Dev's a little hesitant. He's new. He's doing a lot of fighting. He's a little nervous. Wants to make sure he makes the right move. And Joe's got his axe handle up, ready for swinging. He's not looking to check. He's looking to chop. He's looking to get some hits in, do some damage. Let's see. All right, Vallis has positioned himself, pushing Joe into that corner. Joe does not want to be in that corner, man. He does not want to be pushing that corner. All right, so we got good swing by Joe, but Dev comes in and closes it quick. Dev's a strong boy, it looks like, man. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He doesn't have all the takedowns yet, or the techniques. Oh, but what a throw by Vallis. What a throw. That thing was strong, and that was hard. So, and then just a one-shot chop to win it. Oh, that looked hard and mean. Oh, Vallis, that guy is a fighter. He is vicious. That was a hard takedown. Yeah, that wins it too. So that's it for the men. Xander's team, the Huntsman, takes it against the Outlaws, against Brian Chabot, to win the men's chapter match in this Call to Arms event. That was some really awesome fighting today. I'm really impressed with a lot of what I'm seeing. There were some really good moves being and good work being done by both teams. The score ended up being 7-3, but I don't think it always shows. You talked about the scores and always how the fight went. There were a lot of close matches, a lot of really great takedowns. You saw some of the experience out there pay off for Chuck Vallis. You saw some of the training pay off for fighters like Xander. And you saw some new fighters. Dev come out there and do a great job. Xander's team really put in strong work. When you're looking at Brian Chabot's team, I was really impressed with Gavin's footwork, especially considering the fact that he was slipping a lot. He's managed to keep his feet. Joe Fontenot, again, that guy is he's a whirlwind, man. He's a daredevil. He's a Wolverine, whatever you call him. He just spins around and keeps swinging. He did a great job in the duel. So it was an awesome set of fights, awesome set of matches for the men's fights today. Really impressive. And looking at this replay here, let's see if we can get it. So we get Chuck Vallis kind of getting backed up, actually, getting checked across, but looks like he gets the, let's see here, gets the overhook, step through, and just that hip toss right over that leg. That was just strength and tenacity. He was ready just to make sure he took that. That was awesome. Watch one more time. Gavin's got decent position in there, but Vallis swims out of it, gets his hand in position, and right there, we call it turning the wheel. So you can see him take his body and rotate the opponent, move their point of balance off, so their point of balance is no longer over their hips. And what that does then is it causes them to overweight to one side. You can use your leg to either sweep out or stop them from being able to put their leg down. And at that point, just bam, you're going to the ground hard. That was a great takedown, great technique. All right. And now the women are coming out to finish up. So the women are 6-3. Women are 6-3 as well. You've got Maurice coming out there. She's looking okay. And then we've got Marie's the only one in. Caitlin's taking her time. She's going to wait a minute. I would too. We're waiting for the other fighters to get out here. So I'm hearing now that Julie is injured for Megan's team. So Megan is down to just herself. So it's just Megan alone going out there as well. So we have the tables have turned. Instead of it being Caitlin alone against Megan and Julie, it is now Megan alone against Marie and Caitlin. So I never envy anyone who has starting down fighters in any kind of melee. I don't envy if you're down 5-4, but I don't, and you definitely don't envy you when you're down 2-1, and it's a 50% improvement in the other team for fighting. Even if Megan takes this round, she's going to become more and more and more tired. While Caitlin and Marie can swap out fighters and stay fresh. That's really tough. All right, so you got Marie on the close side in the corner. You can't really see her on the screen now, but she's over there with the axe handle. You got Megan on the far side. Megan's fighting Falchion and Shield. I've noticed good shield punching from Megan today, something I know she's been working on. Got good feet always. A very defensive grappler, Megan. She's hard to take down. She's got good feet. She knows how to position and remove. Still working on that kind of offensive technique. All right, so we're going to see him coming right now. It's 6-3. It's 6-3, and they're both fighting. We're going to chant for 17 rounds. We'll see if Megan can make it. That's a lot of rounds for Megan to win. All right, so it's Marie and Megan. I think we're chatting it up a little bit as they're both getting in position. They're both in the same team, the Banshees. Megan is the captain of the Banshees. Marie's the most experienced fighter on the team. So they're going to go in there. Oh, around the head. We're watching that axe. Make sure it doesn't get around the back of the neck, because that can get you. Oh, that right there looks potentially. Nope, they slip out of it. So, almost a leg kick out. Megan's got to get her feet. She's slipping, I think. I think she's slipping. She's in those medieval shoes. Good hook, good leg hook there. Marie gets out of it. Megan's trying to slip out and stay alive. This is going to be just a grind. You can tell. They're going to come in there and just grind it out. Megan's got to keep her feet. All right, so something happened there. They backed out. Not sure why, but they backed out and reset. Maybe a little bit of mutual respect. They're chatting it up a little bit, talking about what they want for dinner after. I don't know. Let's see. If I'm Megan, I'm keeping that axe handle down. I'm grabbing that axe handle, keeping it off the top of my head, because that's what I'm concerned about. Oh, look at those checks across the whole field. Injured or not, Marie is just going to hammer. Don't let her get that arm hook on you. There we go. Oh, good kick from Megan to push her back. Good kick, using those legs. In those helmets, it's hard to see below your waist. So those kicks can be really devastating. They surprise you. They come out of nowhere. Yeah, keep that axe handle down is what Megan's trying to do and get better position. There we go. Oh, headbutts. Headbutts are awesome. They don't do anything, but they're just great. Good job. Slips the punch. This is going to be a grind. I can tell you that right now. Yeah. Uh-oh, there it is again. Around the back of the neck. Or not neck, back of the head. That is a legal hold. She's got the arm around the back. You can hear the exhaustion. You can just hear it. Neither one of these fighters. Oh, that's a tough position. That's a tough position. Either one of them can slip from right there, because neither has great legs where they're at right now. See, Marie's trying to kick out the back of Megan's leg. Megan's using the list to kind of hold her up, but it's going to be a spot where they kind of get stuck potentially for a minute. Oh, that's it. There's the power. She slips out. Oh, she slips out, but gets it again. That's bad. She's going to the back now. Yeah, Megan is in a tough spot with that axe all in the back. All she's got to do is bam, there it is. There it is. You can see that setup. That was really great. Great takedown. Strong fight from both. Long round. And look at that. Both of them pulling each other up. Marie pulling Megan up, helping her out. That was awesome. Big hugs. That'll end it now. That'll be the last round. Marie wins it. Marie and Caitlin take the fight. And then you've got Megan and Julie. Julie, who's injured. So she's not out there right now, but tough fighting. 2v2 fights are tough. We're going to go to the replay here at that very end. So you see, Megan slips out of it, but Marie just hops right back over here, gets that axe handle around the back, not just the neck, all around the back, trapping Megan's arms, makes it very hard for her to defend herself. She's in a tough spot. Marie steps through. Sotogari right there, steps through, gets the Sotogari, gets the leg kick out, and then at that point, you're trapped. Nothing you can do. Once you get that position, that little hop-up jump was awesome. Yeah, I'm just surprised at how hard Marie fought, considering the fact that I didn't think she was coming back out at all. really an impressive showing all around for everybody. This was awesome. I love seeing so many different fighters out here today. Yeah, it's really just great. Yeah, I'm going to call Renell on the list. All the fighters going to get out there who can. Congratulate everyone for a good day fought in gross conditions, rough weather, slipping, sliding. Just really a really good day all around. So that's that'll be the fight for today. Again, I'm Chuck Goodwin here at the Knights Hall. You're going to see Xander get the win. They're going to line up and shake hands, give each other big hugs. They're all friends in the end. And then Megan and Julie coming out of the list as the women's fighter after they've congratulated Marie's team. They did an awesome job. Good fights all around. Great night. This rainy weather is actually fantastic. I love seeing fights in these kind of conditions. Grueling, grinding days. Again, I'm Chuck Goodwin here at the Knights Hall. Thank you all for watching. Comment, leave questions below on anything you like, and we'd love to answer it. And if you want to find out more, we're in Nashua, New Hampshire. Come out and fight with us. We'd love to see you come train and learn more about this great sport.